Hello, I'm Alison Duana. I'm an astrologer. I mainly do Goddess Asteroids, trans-Neptunian objects, kind of age of new consciousness. And I'm also a Gene Keys guide. So what I like to do is synthesize astrology with Gene Keys, which sounds like it would make it more complex, but actually it can really simplify and bring things down to, in fact, three essential words to work with where the transits are happening. And I'm really excited about this blue moon in Virgo. Well, the sun's in Virgo, the moon's in Pisces, because I am a Virgo. So it feels like it's a powerful one. And it's been like a tremendous month with everything going on in Leo. So this is called a blue moon because there's two within a month. So that's what a blue moon is. It's quite rare. One a year, in fact, because there's 13 moons and 12 months. So, but it's also been like in between that, we've had the Lion's Gate and we've also had Venus retrograde in Leo. So it's been very, very powerful. Quite a lot of themes of the healing of the creative self, which is Leo. Kind of what is blocking our self-love, our confidence, getting out there in the world and doing the things we'd really love to do. And there also seems for me to have been a big theme of deep ancestral healing, even going further and further into these invisible pathways that we all carry. If you imagine all four of your grandparents are, their DNA is encoded in you, and all the gifts and the traumas that go back through their lineage is part of your energetic being that we are healing in these times. And we need time and space to do that. Sometimes it feels like people say, it feels like a luxury to be doing this emotional grieving, and maybe it is, but we're the generations who have incarnated to do it, and in some ways not an easy job really, but we're doing it on behalf of our ancestors and for the children of the future. So I'm going to share the chart of the blue moon and share some of the key things that are going on with the goddess asteroids. Oh, hang on. All right, here we go. Okay, so what we can see is that the moon is over here in Pisces. It's in quite close proximity to Saturn, and over here is the sun in Virgo. So in the Gene Keys, let me just pick up my notes here. These fall in the moon's in the 37th Gene Key and in what's called the line 3, which resonates with the solar plexus chakra, and the sun is in the 40. So what's immediately wonderful about this is that the 37 is the divine mother energy. Her highest frequency is tenderness, and she moves from weakness through equality to tenderness. And then we have the divine father in the 40, who is moving from exhaustion to resolve to divine will. So this is all about really aligning ourselves to the cosmic intention, the cosmic energy, because once we do that, we're filled with energy and we're not kind of fighting and feeling exhausted as a result of that. But what's really kind of amazing for me is that in the last week, I've really experienced this deep kind of healing around my mom and dad, and something that happened in my childhood when I was 11 suddenly re-emerged through an encounter with my partner, and something that he said triggered, like, boom, suddenly there it was, this traumatic incident. So I've been really going deeply into that. So it's actually wonderful to discover that this mother, divine mother and father, are kind of presiding over this blue moon. And as I say, this blue moon is a culmination of lots of powerful energies, the Lion Gates, the Venus retrograde as well. So let's talk about that next. So here in the first house in this chart, which is for the UK where I live, Venus is now in Aries, moving retrograde. So she's got about 14 days left of the retrograde. And here she is in Gene Key 33, line 6. So the Venus retrograde has gone backwards through 4 gene keys. The 29, this is the shadow of half-heartedness, leading to commitment and devotion. Very important gene key. Then Gene Key 4. Now, this is about forgiveness, and it's all about deep ancestral healing. And Gene Key 4 was where the Venus star point took place. That is kind of the blueprint for this next 9-month cycle that we're actually in now, the morning star cycle. Then Gene Key 7 was the next one. This one leads from division to virtue. And now we're in this 33, which is all about the cosmic language. I love this because it feels like at the deepest levels, we're being encoded with a new cosmic language. And this is the 33rd gene key that leads from forgetfulness into mindfulness, and then revelation, as we become a clear channel for the cosmic love, the cosmic beauty. It just flows through us like unheeded by fear into the world. So this is the journey that Venus is inviting us to dig over. And traveling with her is Juno. Juno is the goddess of sacred relationship. So it's very interesting to see the kind of close proximity there, and also suggests that the Venus issues, which they often do anyway, because Venus is about love and beauty, relationships, nature, that the current will work through the channel of relationships. Now, this can be sexual relationships, but there does seem to be an air of friendship in the end. I know I'm living in a new place. I'm here by the sea, which is amazing for blue moon in Pisces. I'm really loving that, and swimming in the sea and all of that. And I'm meeting some new friends and joining some new groups locally. In fact, I did a water ceremony in one on Saturday. It was just like, whoa, wow, that was a real moon in Pisces kind of sending this beautiful structured water we created out into the sea. We've got amazing sacred site here. I see from my window St. Michael's Mount, which connects into the Earth grid in Europe and off into the Americas and everywhere else. So it's a really important point. So that's my friendship story, but I've been hearing from other people in my groups that I belong to, which I love, that they're meeting new friends and friends that are bringing out new things in them. And yeah, so very interesting. It feels like Venus is really creating a new language for us. And my guidance, this will be the third time this cycle I'm guiding a group through the morning star this time. And my guidance is all around building a solid foundation of self-love. And it might not seem like an Aries energy, actually, to do with self-love, but Aries is very much about I, self-belief. And then we don't want to get stuck in that I, but that individuality is important. It's almost like we need to actualize our individuality to really take our place in the collective, and be our unique, beautiful self, really, rather than just kind of being homogenized, which you know, we all under pressure in our culture to homogenize, we all have peer pressures, cultural pressures. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's Venus retrograde. And then at the same time, we now actually are also in Mercury retrograde. So here we have Mercury is at 19 degrees Virgo, 17 minutes. And this is Gene Key 47, very powerful Gene Key, which is all about overcoming our sense of being dominated by other things, but also kind of being able to transmute. You know, domination is a real thing in our world, and oppression, but we can actually address it at an inner level as well, without necessarily having to fight the outer level. If we address it in an inner level, we can start to actually co-create with the universe to make a new story, a new language around that. So very interesting here is Pallas Athena, the warrior goddess in Virgo. You know, I'm feeling so much happening around, you know, this, around the environment, taking care of the earth. I'm about to co-host a retreat with the Gene Keys called the Dream Arc, and the Dream Arc is amazing. It's not a program, it's not a course. It's like a whole way of living, like an Aboriginal way of living that you kind of connect into, and suddenly the animals start coming with their messages, and it's full of creativity. Teachings from Richard Rudd, you know, his kind of deepest teachings actually I've come across are accessed through this Dream Arc program. So yeah, I'll put the link here to check it out, and there's a special discount to sign up to the Dream Arc retreat in September. So check that out, and the discount ends on the 31st of August on this blue moon. So if you really want to dive into nature, Gaia consciousness, this is an incredible opportunity. I guarantee you won't find anything else like this. It's like, you know, the animals will start to appear in your world in the most amazing ways, and the shared stories of that, you know, it gives me such hope, because we just hear all the time of cruelty to animals, the degradation of our world, of the food chain. You know, so many people are getting ill from the lack of quality food now available in the world. So it's all turning round, and we're part of that transformation. So I really kind of take hope from it all, and I hope you will too. And if you'd like to join me on the Venus Morningstar journey, it takes place on a beautiful platform called Soul Tribe Online. Just stop sharing for the moment. So Soul Tribe Online has mostly yoga teachers. There's daily practices you can join for 40 days. I offer astrology and gene keys at the moment, and I'm doing 2 classes a week right now. And I tend to make these very experiential, so be creative journaling. I'm very into something called neurographic art. It's very easy to do, but wow, such a powerful tool for transformation. And you don't have to be able to do art to do it. And the dream arc, I bring that in a lot. So it's a very transformational journey following the Venus morning star. And what it brings is wholeness. You know, Venus is descending into the underworld to meet her dark sister, Ereshkigal, through these coming months. And it's interesting, it actually aligns with the fall here in the Northern Hemisphere. So we're literally going into the darkness as we follow her. So something about the divine rhythm is very much perfect for the journey this time. It's perfect every time, but this time where there's a quite literal journey into darkness. So if you are someone who really struggles with the fall, the winter time, you know, just doing these monthly ceremonies, being in a group, you know, consciously kind of letting go and surrendering. That's that Gene Key 40 where the sun is surrendering into the abyss, into divine will. That's really what the Venus cycle does. It enables us to surrender into divine will. So thank you for listening. All the links will be below. If you want to contact me, please feel free. I offer one-to-one readings as well. So take care. Bye.